Today, I'm telling about the tragic tale of Aniah Mack, a story of love, betrayal, and murder. Aniah Mack was the kind of person who lit up a room. At just 24 years old, she was a psychology major at Western Michigan University, known for her infectious smile, sharp intellect, and unwavering commitment to her community. Friends and family described her as a beacon of positivity, someone who always had a kind word, a helping hand, and a bright future ahead of her. But in the fall of 2022, Aniah's life was tragically cut short. Her sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through her community, and as the days turned into weeks, the search for Aniah became a desperate race against time. What began as a missing person case soon unraveled into a chilling tale of love, betrayal, and murder, a story that would leave even the most seasoned investigators stunned. The case of Aniah Mack is a striking example of how deeply rooted emotional issues, relationship dynamics, and personal histories can culminate in acts of extreme violence. Aniah, a promising young woman, became a victim of her circumstances, leading to a tragic end that shocked her community. This analysis will explore the psychological motives behind the murder committed by Donovan Lewis, shedding light on the factors that influenced his actions. Additionally, it will aim to evoke a sense of understanding and empathy for the people involved, while also offering important lessons to prevent similar tragedies in the future.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Before diving into the content of today's video, I'd like to share a summary of some basic knowledge about criminal psychology that everyone can easily understand. Let's explore together what goes on in the minds of serial killers and how twisted they can be. Enhancing our understanding of murderers can help us reduce crime. By studying brutality, we can strive to live more virtuously. First, I want to introduce the concept of the dark triad. I'll temporarily translate it as the triad of dark personalities. This is a psychological and personality theory that first emerged in 2002, developed by two psychology professors. It represents the three ugliest personality types in society: individuals who are likely to cause discomfort and harm to those around them. People with these three personality traits can be considered inherently bad, born with malicious tendencies rather than shaped by external factors. The first personality type is psychopathy. This is a term familiar to many viewers of my channel. Almost all serial killers worldwide exhibit psychopathic traits. Psychopathy can be understood as a cold-blooded and highly impulsive personality. The most evident traits are violence, a lack of empathy or remorse, and a tendency to manipulate others. Psychopaths in society often give off a dangerous and erratic vibe. Next is narcissism. The most prominent characteristic of narcissists is their excessive self-love. They always want to be the center of attention and often view others as inferior. These individuals crave or are even addicted to being admired and flattered. In society, narcissists are often flashy, overly dramatic, and disdainful of others. They are also highly selfish. Another peculiar yet dangerous personality type is Machiavellianism. The defining trait of Machiavellians is their skill in psychologically manipulating others. They are willing to lie and deceive to achieve their goals. For them, the end justifies the means. Morality is not a concern. If these individuals are also intelligent and socially adept, they can be a nightmare to deal with. They are much harder to spot than psychopaths or narcissists. Psychopaths are often erratic and volatile, making them easier to identify. Narcissists are also relatively easy to recognize due to their self-centered and irritating behavior. However, Machiavellians are only noticeable if they are clumsy manipulators. If they are skilled, you might only realize their true nature after suffering a loss or even being falsely accused by them. Interestingly, I've learned that people who manipulate others often accuse others of manipulating them. These three personality types are not considered pathological disorders, so individuals with these traits can still function within societal and legal boundaries. They can behave appropriately if they have a clear sense of right and wrong. Recognizing these traits helps us better handle such individuals in society. Next, let's discuss antisocial personality disorder, SPD. SPD refers to a condition where a person disregards the consequences of their actions and the rights of others. Here are 7 key signs to watch for. First, disregard for laws and frequent law breaking. Dishonesty, lying often, sometimes unnecessarily. Third, impulsivity, acting without considering consequences. 4. Aggressiveness and violence, often labeled as hot-tempered. 5. Disregard for others' safety. 6. Irresponsibility, evident in behaviors like accumulating debt or abandoning plans. 7. Lack of remorse, indifference after harming others, or a tendency to blame victims, claiming they provoked the harm. Most serial killers also suffer from ASPD. Finally, I want to talk about schizophrenia. This mental illness often appears in criminal cases, as many perpetrators have escaped punishment by being diagnosed with schizophrenia. This has caused public outrage in many instances. People with schizophrenia often lose touch with reality. They have poor awareness of the world around them and exhibit symptoms like delusions. There are 3 common types of delusions. First, grandiose delusions. The patient believes they are something extraordinary, like a supreme being. Second, persecutory delusions. The patient believes someone is out to harm them. Third, control delusions. The patient believes they are being controlled by an invisible force, such as demons or gods. In addition to delusions, patients may experience hallucinations, such as hearing voices that aren't there. Their thinking and speech may be disorganized, and their behavior may seem bizarre. When someone with schizophrenia commits a crime, they are not in control of their actions. Therefore, their actions are considered unintentional. Serial killers with schizophrenia are often charged with manslaughter rather than murder. They are typically confined to specialized prisons and receive treatment in mental hospitals. Now, let's move on to the main content of today's video.
Aniah was an individual characterized by her spirited engagement in a multitude of social activities, thriving in the vibrant tapestry of school life. However, her abrupt silence raised alarm bells for her friends and family, who found themselves grappling with uncertainty. Her friends voiced grave concerns regarding Aniah's sudden absence, particularly recognizing the stark contrast to her habitual communication patterns and her recent work commitments. This newfound quietness added an unexpected layer of complexity to the enigma of her disappearance. As the investigation unfolded, police uncovered troubling details surrounding Aniah's vehicles. The discovery of swapped license plates and flat tires intensified the already pervasive sense of mystery, prompting further exploration into the possibility of foul play. Turning our attention towards Donovan, we find a young man recently emerging from an internship and returning to Michigan to take on a patchwork of jobs in order to survive. His role as a janitor starkly illustrates the often harsh realities faced by fresh graduates in today's economy. The complexities of Aniah's living situation with Donovan echo the troubling dynamics between them, particularly in light of recent reports highlighting unconventional behavior coupled with a troubling lack of communication. Investigators began to uncover peculiarities within her apartment, further complicating the narrative. Despite initial assessments that suggested Aniah might not be in imminent danger, the investigation increasingly pointed to potential signs of foul play, leading officers to express divergent views on the severity of the case. Such discrepancies only served to heighten the overarching sense of urgency. Multiple attempts to locate Donovan proved fruitless, with friends and police scouring various addresses in search of answers. The escalating urgency of the situation became increasingly palpable, amplifying the distress felt by those invested in Aniah's well-being. The investigation revealed that Anna had not communicated with her close friends for an entire weekend, an unusual silence that weighed heavily on those who cared for her. This absence of connection further fueled their growing concerns. Donovan's unexpected confession to the authorities hinted at a deeper reservoir of knowledge than he had initially disclosed, casting a shadow of suspicion on his involvement in Anna's case. His demeanor and comments raised critical questions about his role in the unfolding narrative. Complicating matters further, Donovan uncovered inappropriate text exchanges between his girlfriend and her pastor, igniting suspicions of their involvement in a potentially nefarious relationship. This startling discovery catalyzed a chain reaction of accusations and conflict. The pastor, a married figure of prominence within the community, suddenly found himself facing allegations of blackmail and manipulation. This troubling dynamic underscores the perilous nature of power imbalances that can exist in relationships, often leading to devastating consequences. Donovan's confession shed light on the pastor's growing influence over his girlfriend, revealing unsettling details about their relationship. Such revelations proved pivotal in directing the investigation's focus and understanding the tangled web of interactions. Tensions escalated between Donovan and Aniah as an argument erupted following her insistence that he leave. In a moment of heightened emotion exacerbated by alcohol, Donovan committed an act of violence, striking her, ultimately leading to a tragic and fatal confrontation. In the aftermath of the murder, Donovan exhibited alarming desperation as he attempted to conceal the crime, resorting to hiding Aniah's body in a suitcase before disposing of it in a stream. Such measures illustrate the extremes to which individuals may go to evade accountability. Investigators began to cast doubt on Donovan's narrative, particularly due to the lack of blood evidence at the crime scene. Such inconsistencies prompted a closer examination of his cleanup efforts, revealing a tapestry of deception woven through his statements and actions. The investigation further uncovered that alleged assaults had transpired over several months, bolstered by damning text messages and photographs sourced from the victims' phones. This substantial evidence proved to be crucial in crafting a case against Strickland. Strickland's plea agreement entailed an admission of guilt regarding solicitation of prostitution, which culminated in a 1-year prison sentence. His denial during the sentencing statement highlighted the layers of complexity that often accompany such legal proceedings. As the pastor grappled with the ramifications of his decision to accept the plea deal, he voiced concerns for his family's well-being amidst the pressure of a potential trial outcome. This choice reflects the intricate balance between personal safety and public scrutiny. Aniah's commitment to advocating for mental health awareness and autism research was nothing short of inspiring, underscoring her deep compassion for children and a steadfast dedication to nurturing those in need. Her legacy continues to resonate and inspire change. Amidst the chaos, Donovan Lewis, the perpetrator, managed to escape custody shortly before his trial. His claim of fearing for his family's safety due to alleged death threats raises pressing questions about the adequacy of prison security protocols. In a poignant turn of events, Aniah's family opted to sidestep the trauma of a public trial, ultimately leading to a plea deal for Donovan Lewis. This decision illustrates their desire for a path towards healing, prioritizing emotional recovery over the potential ordeal of prolonged suffering.
Aniah Mack's life was tragically cut short, but her legacy lives on. Through the scholarship established in her name, her commitment to education and community service continues to inspire future generations. And while her story is one of heartbreak and loss, it also serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of love, compassion, and the strength to walk away from toxic relationships. As we reflect on the life and death of Aniah Mack, let us honor her memory by striving to create a world where no one has to suffer in silence. Together, we can break the cycle of violence and ensure that stories like Aniah's become a thing of the past. Aniah's family continues to fight for justice, not just for their daughter, but for all victims of domestic violence. Through advocacy and awareness campaigns, they hope to prevent future tragedies and ensure that no one else has to endure the pain they have experienced. In the end, the story of Aniah Mack is a sobering reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating consequences of unchecked emotions. May her memory inspire us to do better, to love better, and to never take a single moment for granted. What are your thoughts on this case? Please leave your comments below to join the discussion. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe to my channel to continue following me in the upcoming cases. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos. Disclaimer: great effort is made to ensure all materials in true crimes videos fall within the guidelines of fair use. No copyright infringement is intended. The content presented in this video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The content may discuss sensitive topics, and viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this video are those of the content creator and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated individuals or organizations. Please contact me by email crimestory060@gmail.com. Subscribe now and join us on this eye-opening journey.